well. But just I'm in this for the long haul. You wish. You better be. I need people. I need you guys like you've never known. I mean, my wife's doing the night shift. When I see her come through that door, I know I'm a third of the way through. That's the way I'm looking at this. And we are going to go, and we're going to go we're going to do a Lionel Richie. We're going to go all night long. There you go.
All night long.
Why does somebody always have to sing or do me? It's,
Sorry.
That's,
What I was going to say one thing, right? You've got people from the world and Britain, and of course people from Pipe Bomb. They're their own gender.
Dude, you know, oh, I love. Yeah, special thanks go out to the Pipe Bomb guys. I mean, Joe and Stocko, Cookie, and Mr. Shannon himself. Host type man. Who are your favourite UK and US wrestlers? Pick one of each. Favourite UK wrestler. At this moment, I'd have to go with Chris Travis, Sheffield Wednesday fan. Oh yeah. You see, you thought I forgot, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Everybody thought I forgot. But now if he rings, I'll be over the moon.
I wonder if you pick him just because he's a Sheffield Wednesday fan.
No. We had a good conversation at Huntingdon once, the Huntingdon show in April, because I asked him for a photograph, which I put on the website, and he said to me, and I says, oh, you're from Sheffield? And he went, which are you, Blades or Owls? I went, Wednesday. And he went, oh, good lad, because if you were Blade, no way were you getting a photo. I'm like, fair enough. So, oh dear me. And my favourite US one, this is the hard one because I've got a few. I think growing up watching it, my favourite will always be, I know I should have said him, but he did most of his stuff in the United States anyway. But my top, I've got to have three. Can I have three? Am I allowed to have three? Because then I'm going to ask Nixie this. So she better get ready. Can I have three? Go on. Right.
If you can have three, I can have three.
Right, fair enough. My top three US wrestlers. The Ultimate Warrior was one. Attitude Era, I was always a massive Road Dogg fan. Because I used to do the "Oh, you didn't know" in sign language. I could do the "Oh, you didn't know, your ass better call somebody." And I used to do it in sign language. And my last one would be Savage. And I appreciate HBK and I appreciate Brett, and don't get me wrong, I appreciate all these guys. But it's just that for me, I went to SummerSlam just as the Warrior. And that's all I'm saying about that. Oh yeah, before I forget, oh dear. Thank you very much to people who have commented on a photograph that was put on our Facebook page this week. One of my old friends I've got back in contact with after about 15, 16 years decided to put a photograph of me when I used to play rugby. And it's got me with a permed mullet. And and the worst thing is I've got tape around my ears. And they're going, why have you got tape around your ears? And I said, because I've got big ears. And then when I played rugby, I taped them back because they used to get rubbed a lot. And that's why I got that. But that took about 2-3 weeks before I went to SummerSlam. So you can imagine that hairdo with Warrior makeup and the Warrior tassels and the Warrior t-shirt and going to SummerSlam in British Bulldog colours. That's what I did. But now, and if I can have two more British wrestlers, I'd have Les Kelly, and I would also have Doug Williams, because I think Doug Williams is one of the most underrated wrestlers in this world, because I've seen him go from Nottingham to Huntingdon to Scotland to Devon to all over the place, go back to America, come back to Japan, go to here, France. He'll go anywhere he goes wrestling, and he also does seminars, he does training sessions for people, This guy is the hardest working guy I've ever known in my life. He will never turn down. He'll never turn down a smile. He always smiles at people. He always has thanks for the fans. He is an absolute icon and a thing for the British wrestling scene. And Doug Williams is so underrated. I don't know what he has to do to get on TNA television, because he got turned back to go do these Impact Live shows. Why can't we have the British Invasion? Just one more decent run. Give them one more go at the tag titles. If you can put Daniels and Kazarian, why can't we have the British Nation just once more? Just give us one more run. TNA, please. Just give us one more run with the British Nation. But it has to be Magnus, Doug, and Rob Terry.
Right.
Or should we say Britista?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the name I christened him about 2 years ago, was Britista, and it seems to have stuck. But thanks to everybody that's joining. Thanks to everybody that's in the chat room. I can't believe there's so many people in the chat room at 1:05 in the morning. And Justin.tv as well. Let's have a look at Justin. How many we got in the Justin room? We got 22 in Justin. Hello, you lot. Hope you're doing well. And hope you got your coffees and you got your things and everything, your Pro Pluses and your energy drinks. I've just finished my first bottle of pop. I'm going to have a breakaway biscuit if I can manage it, but I'll be fine. So, and I know which favourite wrestlers Nixie's going to say, but who was your favourite 3 Americans?
No, I'm going to go for one British first. I'm going to say William Regal.
Yeah.
I grew up with William Regal, and I remember him very fondly. And he's another one I say, because I've been moaning chronically about bloody boringitis and the fact that he's a heel general manager and he just doesn't work. But yet you've got William Regal, who is a heel general manager, and I would love watching him as a kid. You know, Vicky Guerrero's a heel manager, and I love watching her. But, so he's my British one. My American ones, I think Dean can call without a moment's notice.
CM Punk and Kane.
And Undertaker.
Oh, yeah.
And Undertaker.
Why did you do that to me? I've just got a biscuit in my mouth.
Oh, sorry.
Bango box.
No, he can call it, but yeah. Punk, because he's not what the normal wrestler is of today. He's the different calibre. I mean, that's why I said it earlier, AJ Lee is almost like a CM Punk of the Divas, because she's everything that the Divas aren't. Punk is everything that a lot of current wrestlers aren't, even though he's not doing what he was famous for last year. Looks-wise and personality-wise, he's still doing things that all the others don't. Kane is what got me into wrestling as a whole, and Undertaker was just one of my favourites of the 2000s. People insult that biker gimmick so much, but it was one of the first things I noticed. So he's also the one who made me want a Harley at some point in my life.
You've got a thing about masks though, haven't you?
I think I've got a thing about gimmick wrestlers.
Yeah.
I think I get bored. I mean, it shows in the fact that I really like CM Punk. I get bored of the fact that you get a new wrestler in WWE today, and they've got a name and a surname.
Yeah.
They've got, you've got John Cena, Randy Orton. You get all the the ones that they've just brought in on NXT, and they've given them some of the stupidest names I've ever seen. Dolph Ziggler, again, it's a stupid name, but it's a two-layered name. I always said if Undertaker came in WWE today, he just wouldn't last. There is no way that the Undertaker, if brought in as a young wrestler today, would last in today's current climate. It just wouldn't last.
Right. I think, Punk and Mecca's just said a good one. Punk and Bryan just don't have bad matches, and they don't. And I said this a few weeks ago, and I'm sure Nixie and everybody else went, "Oh, that would be a good idea." I want to see Punk and Bryan switch roles. I want to see Punk the heel and Daniel Bryan the babyface, because at the moment, you've got 12,000 people chanting Bryan, even if it goes to the bog. He would have 12,000 people just chanting, yes, yes, yes. CM Punk as a heel is the best heel that there's been in wrestling in the last 3-4 years. Without a shadow of a doubt. When he did that promo, before he did that promo, there wasn't a better heel in WWE. No way. CM Punk did things that everybody else was amazing. CM Punk, when he came to the ring dressed as Jeff Hardy, he was slated for that. everything he did was just, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. Want to bet? Watch CM Punk go. And he did. But the only reason people cheered him is because when he did the Money in the Bank thing, it was in
his hometown, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, hello. That's a good question. Am I up for being our ring announcer in August? Do you know, Danny, if I can get to Sheffield in August, it would be an honour and a privilege. But I've got a question. Do I have to wear a suit, shirt and tie? Because that's the problem.
Is that for the August 18th?
No, this
is something else? Okay.
early. This is early. And the haircut. Shut up. I'm not having my haircut. I said I was going to have my haircut, didn't I? I did say that. But problem is I can't find no clippers, so the hair's staying. I've got to get it bleached. I'm having it bleached in a couple of weeks. I'm going to look like Dolph. Andy says no. Fair enough. Crack him. I'm going to have a good Dolph Ziggler look. I'm going to have my Dolph Ziggler look back. I'm having my hair bleached.
That burns, that.
Yeah. I know, but I think a BWR and NCRW, well, I've got both, haven't I? I've got a BWR shirt with Dino on the back, which is signed by Doug Williams, Mark Haskins, and Marty Skrull now. I've got 3 guys signed it at the moment. And that is staying with me. It's funny because now I wear it down the street, and then I'm going, oh, Dino! Dino is not a show-off. Best feud in WK Wrestling. At the moment, there was one last year. Yes, I will, Callum. I will. Best feud in wrestling. Last year there was Travis versus Kirby. This year, by a mile, El Ligero versus Eagle Dragon. Oh, and Andy Hogg versus Mikey Van Vrije. What a match. That's on YouTube. That is on YouTube. Go and watch that. That is brilliant. That Elite Rising DVD I've got, which is here in my hands right now. That is the Elite Rising DVD. I've watched that 3 times today just to get myself in the mood. Grease is on TV. Oh, what? Can I stop this? I want to watch Grease. Can I watch Netflix? Oh, no.
Grease.
Yeah. It was the rolling downstairs. It was absolutely the look on these people's faces. To put this in the mood for this one in Sheffield. There was in the Sheffield Library Theatre, which is the central library, which is the big one for all the records that Sheffield has. And I am bigging it up because Sheffield is my hometown. And they went up one side of the stairs, went round this side, went on the top, and came down. And he started going down the stairs and everything, blah, 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 blah. And the look of wonder on this guy's face was like, oh my God, that wasn't supposed to happen. And it was just a brilliant look on this guy's face that did it for me. It was like, yeah, take that. And Andy Hogg and Mikey Van Vrije, top match. Absolutely top match. That's, I still think my favourite guy on that DVD is Maximilian with the money shot. Because that referee has to be, I'm sorry, but you know when they say that referees are blind and they don't see things? Dear me, this guy must have been wearing blinkers. Just because he hit him with the biggest bag of pennies I've ever seen in my life. Hit him straight in the middle of the face. The pennies went everywhere. And I thought, what? I thought surely the ref's seen that. No, he just counted to 3 and that was it. Top DVD. That was Elite British Wrestling presents Elite Rising, which I think is one of the things you can get on the auctions on eBay. But I want to be serious for a moment, if that's all right.
All right, Lance Storm. All right, Lance Storm.
No, this is serious now.
I can be serious for a minute.
Can I be serious for 1 minute? We know the reason why we're here. We know the reason. And I'm having people absolutely going mental at me, saying, keep going, and thank you very much. Thanks to everybody that's messaging me at the moment. It's an absolute dream. We've got a thing on here that says about Callum. And with Callum's young lad that's we're all doing this for. And he's a massive, massive, massive wrestling fan. And he goes to more wrestling events. I've known he's been to more wrestling events in like 1 year than I've been in my life. And I mean, that's not big something I'm saying. I mean, I've been to about 10, 12, but this kid is top notch. The Pipe Bomb have met him. They've given him a t-shirt. When we have t-shirts done, because I've got a big announcement for that later on. I've got a big announcement about t-shirts. Awesome t-shirts. They're coming. And we had this thing with, I've had a chat with Sharon and everything, and Callum is a cracking kid. And Sharon's going to come on. She's going to come on later on today and talk about all what we're doing and everything. So that's going to be good. But as much as we're talking about wrestling and as much as we're having fun and we're having a great time in that chat room, and I can say from the bottom of my heart, thank you to every single person that's in there right now. Winters, Real Sax, SWE, Smarts, Quebec, you know you are, mate. Orton, Neil, Mecca, Mate 005, JT, Guest, Danny and Andy, Callum, Brendy, and my great co-host all the time, Nixie, and the rest of the guys at St. Justin TV, all 23 of you, thank you so much for being here. And what can I say? It's an absolute dream to see that people are staying up and doing this for me. It's keeping me going. Got a long way to go, but there's no way. You will have to shoot me to get me off this thing now. And I mean, you've got to shoot me. There's no way I'm leaving. I'm staying here till I fucking well finish. I'm going. And I've got my second. I'm going, and I'm not going to stop it. And Nixie, stop putting the bleeding words to grease in the friggin' chat room.
Winner started it.
Yeah, because I've got a favourite song from Grease, but I'm not saying it because it's embarrassing.
Hopelessly Devoted to You?
No, Beauty School Dropout. See, everybody laughs as soon everybody laughs when I say Beauty School Dropout. Why? It's one of the best songs ever. And I'm like, see? Oh, dear me. I think everybody gives me an eye. I mean, I don't want a manicure. Think of, I ain't got no nails. I've got bullshit nails, me. I'm gone. And my nails have been bitten off by bleeding crazy. I've got a real bad habit of biting my nails. Oh, I'm not going back to the Grease days now. No way. I'm not getting leather jackets and doing T-Bergs. No, shit. No way. I'm not singing nothing. Don't even go.
I had to sing it all when I was in my last year of junior school.
You see, that's so sad. That is so sad. But there we go. You wanted the pink hair, right?
Yeah, he did, yeah. No, we had to do it all, and I had to do all the hand jive and everything and do the songs. I was in the chorus.
I used to work at a holiday centre. Now, Smart is in the room, and he can back me up on this one. When you worked at where we worked, and I know Smarty from there, we did a disco twice a week, and I am not joking. If I heard that fucking Grease mega mix more than twice a week, because we had to do the dances and every bleeding thing with the kids. And I swear, as Lord's my judge, there's about 20 songs in my life that I hate more than anything else in this world. And Grease Mega Mix is bleeding one of them. The other one I hate is that bleeding cha-cha slide. It does my
What about the ketchup song? You alright with that?
Oh, don't even go there. Oh, no, fast food.
Macarena?
No way. Fast food rockers, Jesus.
Oh, no.
Oh.
A Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut.
Shush.
McDonald's.
Nah, I know I'm going off topic, but this is fun. I mean, Smarty will back me on this one. Anybody remember the song Who Let the Dogs Out? Baha Men, about 2000, yeah? You there, Nixie? Nixie? Oh, she's gone.
No, sorry, I hadn't. It's just my internet cutting out for a second again.
Okay, look, right. The song Baha Men, Who Let the Dogs Out.
Who let the dogs out?
Right. This is going back to the start of 2000. I was working in a camp in Wales, down near Brecon, which is about an hour away from Cardiff. And we got sent these CDs through the post, just like to play them and see what they're like. And this guy, and my boss was, hey, Dean, you should play this and see what it's like. Tantroid, get in there. And I said to him, what it is? And he just started going, who let the dogs out? Who? And I went, what in the blue hell is this? Played it every week, and I swear it's through that Bret Hart men got in the charts because all the kids loved it, and we had to play it 3 or 4 times a night. So if anybody to blame for Bret Hart men who let the dogs out in the charts, it's me, because I played it twice. I played it about 3 times a week, about 6 times a week. So I am to blame for the Bret Hart men and who let the dogs out.
Smart. Have you actually got a video of Dean doing the dancing?
No.
Because I would love to see it.
There is no videos of me at PGL. The only videos of me at PGL are on YouTube of me doing dirty, dirty things in the staff room. All right?
Oh, that would have been so funny. I would have auctioned that, and I would probably have given you money to see that.
There is 2 videos of me doing stuff in the PGL staff room, and that's it. And I got into so much trouble for them, but guess what? I don't work for them no more, so they're staying on the YouTube. Excuse me one moment.
And everyone knows where I work. If I were actually to put pictures of me at work or anything up on YouTube, I would get fired. There's a lot I could put up, and a lot I could laugh about, but I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. But anyway, I guess back to the wrestling thing. Alright. No Way Out. We'll cover that for a bit. What did you think? No Way Out.
You know, I can't even remember it. It says everything I need to say.
We had we had the Christian Cody Rhodes rematch.
Oh, that was all right.
We had Cena versus Big Show in a cage. Where at the end of it,
you're fired.
You know, she did that better than anyone, didn't she? Yeah, that was great.
I'll do it. Do you know what? Tomorrow, when people aren't sleeping, I'll do it full voice.
Oh. Yeah.
You're fired.
Yeah. That was the best moment when Laurinaitis got fired.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think overall, No Way Out was a good one. I mean, the match of the night, SWE said it came Bryan and Punk by a mile. They really, really went to it. So
they can throw Kane in the mix with that, and it's still like they can still have a show worth showing.
Yeah, I just think Kane's been so underused.
Yeah.
Kane's really, really, really. I mean, he came back as this big, indestructible monster. Indestructible monster, and he did it, and then all of a sudden he got buried by Cena. And they've done it same with Big Show now. They've built Big Show into this unbeatable monster and everything. Shut up. I mean, Vince, come on. If you're just building what so Cena can destroy him, no matter what you do, Cena will not be a big. I mean, I can't talk bad about Cena because of the connection he's got with Callum. So, but oh dear, it's so. Anyway, forget No Way Out. If you had to choose anyone, who do you think the new general manager is going to be?
I'd love for it to be Edge, but it won't happen. I'm thinking it might be William Regal.
No.
I'm thinking it might be, but that's wishful thinking again.
Winter's Lair has said it in the chat room. Ric Flair.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of him. Yeah, because obviously his daughter's now in FCW, so he's going to be coming back.
I think, yeah, I'd like it to be Shane, but I don't think Shane's coming back to the WWE because I think he's severed his ties. I don't think he even speaks to his dad that much. Because Shane was supposed to be the big heir to the throne, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now it's Triple H. But they've got this big thing coming up with Raw in July 23rd on the 1000th Raw. They're going to announce the new general manager. Might be Brett. He's been a general manager. It could be Brett. Don't see that. I can't see that happening. My money's on Ric Flair. If they can, the problem is he's got a no talent clause with TNA, and he's been named in this lawsuit in America, between TNA and WWE. Have you heard about that lawsuit?
Yeah.
Well, Ric Flair's been named. So,
I don't think Flair is a train wreck as such. I think he's just
he doesn't know when to quit. He should have
Yeah.
quitted years ago. I mean, I said this comment one in the chat room, and Winter's Layer might bring me up on this, because he might have been in the chat room with WZR when I said it that night. Flair bled more one night in the TNA ring than the Knockouts dressing room does once a month. I said that, and I just I don't know why I said it, but it's true, and he did. I think it was against Mick Foley, and I just said it for a joke, and I got slated for it.
And then there was the night he come out with just cut his forehead open for no reason while doing a promo in the ring, and I was just thinking, what have you done that for?
It's crazy. I mean, you only have to bleed in touch his forehead, and
it's like paper. Like,
don't get me wrong, Ric Flair, absolute legend of the business. What he's done for this business, you cannot compare. To be the worker that he did for the NWA in America, and do what he did with the Four Horsemen and everything, and to be in the Hall of Fame in WWE twice, you don't get that for just being good. The guy was earned it. He walked the walk. He talked it. He did everything. The Four Horsemen, everything about it. He walked and talked and did everything the way it should have been. I still think Ric Flair was just amazing like that. And when he was in the WWF in the early 90s, they put him with the perfect person, Mr. Perfect. That was just amazing. That was brilliant to see them two together. And stuff. But Flair will always be that person. He's just that now he's been beat. Did you hear it? He got beaten up by his wife this week
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think he's kind of done it too much, and it's like I hate it when he used to go out to TNA in his trunks and his wrestling gear. I just kind of go, oh no.
To be honest, he's in his 60s and he's got a better body than I have, and I'm 43.
Yeah, but I thought he was older than his 60s. I really did.
I think the funniest thing is, if they had a triple threat match, and they said if there was a triple threat match between Hulk Hogan, Sting, and Ric Flair in TNA, the combined age would have been 174.
Oh, God.
Now, we know Flair's coming back. If Flair comes back to WWE, to me, the perfect role for Ric Flair is he's got to be manager for Dolph Ziggler. Has to be. Because you put Ric Flair with Dolph Ziggler, you've got him at that next level. He's there. Because you're taking one guy that is on his way up. He's got the look, he's got the dress code, he's got everything. And what should have happened with Styles in TNA when he bleached his hair, they've done it, they've got it already with Ziggler. And Ziggler can really, really, really go that extra bit. But put Ric Flair as his manager. No disrespect to Vicky Guerrero, but Dolph Ziggler, get up there. And Flair and Ziggler would be a match made in heaven. It really would. It would be amazing. But I think Dolph Ziggler's going to be, by the end of this year, I think Dolph Ziggler will be a champion. But please do not put Ziggler in the role. Wrestleheads, hey mate, how you doing? Nice to see you in the chat room. Sorry, I didn't see you before. Mecca said it exactly. Styles and Joe have been criminally wasted for two. That is a disaster. I mean, ever since they put Hogan in, Styles and Joe. Yeah, Jeff's been wasted too, but differently. Superb. I love this chat room tonight. I really, really do. It's an absolute dream, this thing. But we're finding subjects as we go along here. This is great. This is what we wanted. And if anybody's going to ring in, please do. I won't never say no. Just ring us and just chat away. 01223 911 822. That's 01223 911 822. There you go, our chat line. Which is going to get used for another project that's coming up involving me and a member of the Pipe Bomb. And hopefully that'll do it. Thank you very much, Mecca, for coming in. It's nice. Jacob, welcome back, my man. Welcome back. I'm trying to be as fan-friendly as I can.
Jacob, we're just hitting American stuff now.
Yeah, I think we're better say. I mean, if you're coming in here expecting journalists or big wrestling buffs on it, I'm a fan of wrestling. I make no bones about it. I've been a fan since the 70s with World of Sport. I grew up with World of Sport. Took it to the 80s. Life got changed with a Saturday afternoon when they showed the British Bulldogs. Then it's got to WWF in the 90s, and then they just take off from there. But most of it anyway. And yeah, get Miz, Mark Henry, and everything.
Yeah, sorry, distracted.
Yeah, here we go. I put the number up. 223-911-822. There we go. Number. I make no qualms about it. If you go into a wrestling ring, you have got my respect because you're doing something that I would love to do, but I can't. And you guys get my full respect. The moment you step through a ropes and doing a ring and entertain people, you've got my utmost respect because you put through what your body does. And I've seen these guys go. It's just amazing to see anybody. And I don't like people, I mean, I see people saying, oh, well, he's shit, he's terrible, he's crap. He should never be a wrestler. That guy's trying his heart out. He's got to start somewhere. It's one of these things that you're saying, oh, that wrestler was absolutely shocking. He should have. Yeah, fair enough. But he may be green as goose shit, as the saying goes, and stuff. But you look at Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is the biggest example. 4 years ago, Mickey from the Spirit Squad. Who would have thought that a member of the Spirit Squad would now be where he is now? Austin Aries is another one. Mecca, I'm going to say something here now. If you want to watch TNA, this week's Impact, I'm going to put a link up in the chat room and a link up on the Facebook page when I get the chance. But I'm telling you this now. Impact this week was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I know I'm spoiling it for people, but watched Impact this week. Unbelievable. It was top quality all the way through. Yeah, of course, Mecca. I know, in fact, 1 week doesn't make up 3 years. Yeah, and I know exactly how you feel. And it doesn't make up for 3 years of bad booking, of course. But it looks like now the Impact are starting slowly to get that momentum building for having live TV because we're not doing the spoilers anymore. We're not seeing what we know what's going to happen in 3-4 weeks. Slowly, it's coming back, and I'm going to give them full balls for it. Just get rid of that storyline with AJ and Dixie. Get rid of that, then you'll be perfect.
Has that been announced what that actually is yet, that storyline?
Yes, they did. They announced it last week on Impact.
What was it?
It's the fact they was going to start doing it, and it's the fact that they know a woman called Claire, and she's an addict, and they was helping her. And the phone call was all about giving Serge a surprise birthday party.
Which I thought that was what that phone call suggested to me.
Yeah, so it's just absolute. I mean, it's the worst. I think to put that, I think that would go along with the same storyline as Ric Flair shagging Elizabeth with Macho Man as his husband. When Ric Flair said he was having he got hold of that. We have got a phone call.
Ooh.
And give me a sec here. After the conference. Good evening, welcome to British Wrestling Radio.
Good evening. Well, good morning, actually.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. I am back.
Ah, good morning, mate. You all right?
Yeah. Have you had anyone on?
No. We've just been talking about the British scene in a bit of detail and the American scene in a bit of detail. That's it.
All right, go on, hit me. What have you been talking about?
Well, just that we talked about Ric Flair. And,
Ric Flair.
Him at the moment, Matt being beaten up by his wife this week.
Well, it's not the only time he's been beaten up by his missus, let's put it that way.
That's what I said.
No. And the odds on that he might be back as the new general manager of WWE. Or there's a lot of people, including myself and a few in the chat room, that says we want Flair to be the new manager of Dolph Ziggler.
Interesting.
But we think that'd be a perfect fit for Ziggler. We really do. But Who knows? It's not us that's booking. It's not us that's making the decisions.
Well, you've got to look at, does Ziggler need anybody to talk for him? Which I don't think he does.
No, it doesn't. He's got it. I mean, the guy's got he's got everything about him now. I mean, it's like we said about 5 minutes ago. If you'd have said 4 or 5 years ago that Nicky from this squad would turn into this guy, you'd have been laughed out. You'd have been laughed out of the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Sorry, I can't resist doing that.
Yeah.
You know how much I love that Titantron.
And would you think Tudor Spirit Squad will be slagging off John Cena over his affairs?
Oh, definitely. Oh my God, yeah, John Cena with his affairs. Have you heard about who's been mentioned now? On this Kenny Tara's been mentioned now.
Yeah. Apparently that was a misunderstanding, but
yeah, it's contradicted that.
Yeah.
She said that she wasn't seeing him. She said
that that's news to the world, isn't it?
Yeah. In 2002.
She said she was seeing him, but she was she split up from her husband of 20 years, but she's still married to him. We was on a separation.
Right. Yeah, a break.
Yeah.
But he was single. He was single at the time. But it's all coming out with Cena at the moment. He's the face of WWE by a mile. He is the Hulk Hogan face for him.
But he's a dirty stopper.
Yeah, well, we can't all be angels.
No.
It's funny though when they are. When you find out it's somebody that was supposed to be, and they're not. But I think it makes it more funny for people.
A man has his needs, ladies. A man has his needs.
Yeah. So what do you think of the American scene? Do you think anything happens? What do you think next best thing is going to happen, or don't you bother with it?
I'm not too bothered about it, to be honest with you. I'll watch Raw. Well, I'll flip through Raw. I watched WrestleMania in its entirety. I watched Extreme Rules in its entirety. What was after that? Over the Limit.
Yeah.
I saw the main event for that, and I saw flip through Slammiversary as well.
What did you think of Slammiversary?
Everyone's bumming that Samoa Joe Austin Aries match, aren't they?
Yeah.
It was all right.
Yeah.
It was all right. It's nothing to flip your dick about and play with, really, though. You know.
I think it was the first decent pay-per-view they've had in a long, long time.
They have to make it decent because it was WrestleMania 10 to a degree, wasn't it?
I think the tag match between Angle and AJ and Daniels and Kazarian was brilliant.
I flipped through that one.
Yeah, that was like, you just looked at it and you're like, wow, that's the best tag team match I've seen in years, and it really was. It was just amazing for me, that match alone. And then because they did it so good, they had a rematch this week on Impact. So.
Oh, very good.
Oh shit! Sorry, spoiler.
Yeah.
Sorry, bugger.
Oh.
Spoiler, you haven't told us who's won it.
Yeah, thank God for that.
So look out for that match on Impact on Challenge TV.
Oh yeah, on Challenge TV just before Blockbusters.
Yes.
Do. Oh God, how can they bring back Blockbusters? Dear me.
They're going to dig up Bob Holness.
Oh God, it's Simon Mayo. It's Simon Mayo from Radio 1.
Former Radio 1, yeah.
Yeah, former. It's just crazy. The worst thing is, they've not got students. They've got grown people on it. And it's like, and I'm like, if I see them do the clap and the chant what they used to do in the 80s, I'll flip. But nah, do it.
Do they have a mascot?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the cuddly teddy bears at the front when it used to be.
Yeah.
When you couldn't see the screen, so you could see the teddy bears and everything.
Exactly.
This is Hein. This is Jancy. This is Hein. This is Lee. How many good luck charms you got? I've got about 50. It's all right. I've got them all. And I thought, dear me. But see, I'm sad. I'm an 80s boy, me. I remember all that garbage. It just mind nothing.
Let's talk about the 80s then.
Oh God, no.
Well, let's talk about 80s wrestling.
Yeah, if you want, we ever do the 80s. I think the 80s will always be remembered for the end of World of Sport, won't they?
Yes, 1987, World of Sport got taken off the air.
Somebody that I've always said I will never mention his name again because I said that guy killed British wrestling in one swoop. That Torag.
Mm.
Greg Dyke. Oh, sorry, said it. Bah. Wash my mouth out.
It was due to the fact that the World of Sport product itself didn't really want to move with the times.
Yeah, I think
to a degree because
one of the guys that did the pipe bomb, he said that there was a meeting with Vince McMahon and ITV.
Yeah.
And he went into the meeting, and ITV says, "No, we're not going to go with you. I don't think it's going to work." And he came out and he says, "Well, I guarantee somebody will pick it up." And rest is history. So
Sky picked it up, of course.
Yeah.
But then ITV comes back to the World of Sport guys and go, "Well, look at these guys. They've got all this nice production, and they have this and this. We would like you to have this kind of production." And they didn't want to change with the times to a degree. And in 1987, World of Sports was taken off the air.
it's Mecha Maniacs just said, "Can you remember who made the TV announcement about the end of the World of Sport on the show?" Yeah, Pat Roach. There you go.
Pat Roach.
Bomber
Pat Roach, who was in Alvida St. Pet.
Yep.
And he was also in the really crap Bond movie, Never Say Never Again.
Yeah, and he was in, and he's the only person that died twice in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Really?
Yeah, because he was the German guy that got killed with the plane. And there's another one, and there's another one he gets killed in, but I forgot the other one. But he's the only guy that gets killed twice in the Indiana Jones film, and he also gets killed in Temple of Doom, because he's one of the bad guys that when he's running on the conveyor belt and he gets his scarf stuck and he goes down. That's Pat Roach, I think.
Mm. So if you're a baddie, don't wear a scarf.
Yeah, don't wear a scarf. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So I mean, with the 80s, the World of Sport thing, do you think that everybody, I think personally, because I was about 15, 16 and 17 when all this kicked off, I remember seeing it and I was so pissed off watching Big Daddy. I remember I got to a stage where Big Daddy just bored me to tears, winning every week.
Well, you're also looking at something compared to nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Picture yourself as the guy in his late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
And you see WWE every week, and you see Cena winning every week.
Yeah.
Or if you were in the 90s, you'd see Hogan winning every week.
Yeah. I think.
And eventually it starts with, oh yeah, he won again.
Yeah.
No, let me just go back a tad there. You go, yeah, Hogan won. Yeah, I love Hogan. Hogan won. Next week, yeah, Hogan won. Week after that, hey, Hogan won. Week after that, hey, Hogan won. Week after that,
Hogan.
Oh, Hogan won. Week after that, Hogan won. Week after that, well, Hogan won.
I think people
week after that, week after that, he just wears thin and it's gets a bit old hat, doesn't it? And you're like, you're kind of getting used to seeing the same thing.
I think the World of Sport thing, people forget about the real wrestlers. I mean, looking back now, I mean, I watch it on Men and Movies on Sky Channel.
Yeah.
I think that Men and Movies 189. And I watched a great match yesterday with Jim Breaks versus Johnny Saint.
Yeah.
And this must have been from really the early 70s. And they had it was one of the first matches I've seen that got stopped because of the blood. Jim Breaks had nose bleeding, and then he cut Johnny Saint's face, and then it had to be stopped. And I was like, oh wow, never saw that before. And just seeing Chris Adams and Genie was on it. Yeah, Chris Adams and Genie was on a couple of days ago as well. I think it was the same show. I mean,
I do like Chris Adams. I watched some of his stuff in World Class, which was really good.
For people that don't know, Chris Adams had a big impact on WWE and everything because he's the guy that trained Stone Cold Steve Austin.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's the one in the peak in the cap for a British guy. I mean, Chris Adams trained Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
So that's the one everybody's like about, oh, hello, didn't know that. And look, it was a shame what happened to Chris. It was a real shame.
Yeah, you got.
But it's like
sadly,
names with the World of Sport thing. You had Rollerball Rocco, was just his matches with Dynamite Kid, Marty Jones, Kendo Nagasaki. You had all these guys, and it was like I appreciate that now, looking back, because when I was a younger kid then, I didn't know much about it. I was just watching it because it was on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And that did me, and I watched it, and Jim Breaks, and Young David, which became the Bulldog.
Yeah, apparently he was also Farmer Boy Smith before he was Davy Boy Smith as well.
Yeah. And I just think when you look at that lot, and you get to appreciate it now a lot more than I did when I was a kid, and I'm sorry that. And I was one of these that had my head turned in, I think it was '86, when ITV decided to show the WWF for the first time, and they had the Bulldogs versus Heart Foundation, Ken Patera versus Honky Tonk Man, and they had Hulk Hogan versus Cowboy Bob Orton. And they had these 3 matches, and that changed my life, because I went, I don't want to watch Big Daddy now. I want to see the Bulldogs.
Mm.
And that changed my head, because I was 16, 17, so I was like, well, I want to see this. And then they showed it right again once every 6 months.
Mm. Well, here's the thing, is you've also got to look at it from like a producer's standpoint. From the 80s, you had the rounds, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right. Imagine you're watching a cricket match, because I've got Sky News on in the background on mute at the minute. I've just got cricket on. When you watch cricket, it goes to the over, and on the over they play adverts. So imagine this stop-start gimmick that's going on. With World of Sport, it's rounds.
Yeah.
So it's constantly stop-start, and it's audience attention to what's going on. So if anyone's on the chat, if they agree with me or not, this is my opinion on it. So if you agree with me, good on you. If you don't agree with me, that's your opinion.
Yep.
But the World of Sport thing, with the rounds, it's hard to keep the audience's attention doing stop, start, because during the end of the round, they're just sitting in the corner and they're taking a swig of water, and, you know, the odd water bottle may fly over or water may be spat, and that'll be about it. You know what I mean? Nothing interesting would happen. So it's the stop-start mentality. People may flick over to BBC One or Channel 4 or a Sky channel during this round change. You know what I mean?
No.
Like they would with cricket. You know, it's the over. When it comes to the over in cricket, they'll go, all right, it's the over. They'll have a 30-second break. I'll just see what's on the other side. Click.
Yeah.
Oh, Top Gear's on Dave.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, this is the one where they do this with this, and this is the what's it channel? I'll watch this now. And then they've lost a viewer, and then so on and so on. You know, it lacks audience retention. But however, WWF come along, and they don't have rounds.
No, it's straight on.
Straight on.
20 minutes
to a finish.
Yeah.
There's no time limit, but they'll of course it's structured to a set time limit. But it's there, and it held the audience's attention for this amount of time.
Yeah.
That's where the British style and the American style differ. And that's where I don't think that the World of Sport style match would hold water on a television show, not unless it's done for the over. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does anybody on the chat room that's still awake?
Yeah, they're still going.
Yeah, do they agree or don't they agree? Or are they just chatting about...
They're just chatting about things at the moment. At the moment, somebody just put... Yes, definitely. Jacob just said, yeah, definitely, totally agree, yeah.
So audience retention. The audience aren't paying attention.
Yeah.
So
Somebody's just going with a topic, and I think everybody's just going with a topic now.
What's the topic?
Biggest no sellers in wrestling.
Biggest no sellers in wrestling. Biggest no sellers. Well, I would say Sid, when he was on his rampage in '92, would have been a good no seller. I wouldn't say he was a massive no seller. I loved Sid squashing guys on the way to meeting Hogan at WrestleMania 8. That was a good.
Yeah. I think. Well, when he came on Raw last week, it was like, hello.
Yeah. Hasn't he got a big face now?
Yeah, he's massive, isn't he?
He's got a big face.
Somebody was saying that's the first show he's shown up to in the last 5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He just keeps no showing shows and everything.
Mm.
I think the funniest sell I've ever seen in a wrestling ring was HBK at SummerSlam '96. I think it was 2006 against Hogan, when Hogan did the big boot and Michaels jumped up, ran around the ring, and then just flopped on the floor. I think that's the funniest one I have seen ever.
Yeah, that's called oversell.
Yeah, just a little bit, but I thought, yeah, that was take that, Hogan, and because of yeah, I mean, the Warrior getting pedigree and stuff, dear me, no sell, yeah.
Oh hi, that was a good one, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that one.
Ultimate Warrior would be a good one.
Mm.
Hello, Jim, if you're listening. I would like to meet Jim. I would like Jim to give me a lift and leave me on a mountain somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Fend for myself.
I watched his. I don't know why I did it. I think I was interested because he did a 55-minute interview about Hulk Hogan on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I watched all the way through it, and I thought, fair enough. And then I watched it again a couple of weeks ago, and it's like a year since I did it, and I'm thinking, actually, you've got some stroke, pal, because some of the things you've said a year ago is actually true now. And you listen to it again now, and you're like, yeah, you're right. And it's Warrior in it. I mean, sometimes you just. Did you ever catch that? The Warrior show.
Was that the training show?
Yeah.
I saw a trailer for it.
Oh, I've seen the episode.
Yeah, it's a bit epic, isn't it?
It's I saw him do it, and he got this guy. They got the group from Britain, Asking Alexandra, I think they're called, and watched on the full show and just watching this, and he just went mental at these kids.
Yeah.
And I think they only made about 2-3 episodes, but one of them is definitely on YouTube, The Warrior Show.
Mm.
And it got pulled off of YouTube because the record company was upset at the fact that they were using the music. So they've put it on their own channel now, and it's still there. So, but
there you go.
If anybody wants to watch The Warrior Show and just watch Warrior talk shit to kids' faces for about half an hour, then do it.
Your life is worthless.
Yeah, and he's got the biggest Johnny Bravo quiff I've ever seen in my life in that one.
Bless him.
Bless his heart, yeah. I mean, do overtraining. I cut all my biceps, but I went training within 3 hours of the operation. Nobody tells me. I'm like, yeah, okay, mate.
There you go.
Yeah. So you're chilled out now with the party and stuff?
I've left the party. I'm at home. I've got Sky News on in the background. Other news channels are also available.
Yeah.
And I'm having. Just watching the cricket, and someone got hit in the face with a ball. Fantastic.
Oh, was he an Aussie or was he English?
He was Australian.
Hey, the Aussies got it.
Yeah, Australia, biggest prison in the world.
Yes, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
I almost went to Australia, but that's another story.
Whereabouts?
Perth.
Perth.
I was going to go to Perth for a year at least.
On the Queensland?
No, it's still Western Australia.
All right.
Yeah, the other side of Australia. It was. I was used to be a rugby player, and I got invited to go and spend a year at a rugby club out there. And
what was your crime for going to prison for a year?
It was basically just wanting me to get experience. Just go get experience and everything.
In the prison system?
No, I wish. No, just playing rugby league.
Playing rugby.
Yeah, it'd have been all right, but I don't know. And I never found out now. So
there you go.
yeah,
What's the hot topic on the chat room right now?
Oh,
What's trending? What's trending
Jobbers.
right now?
Callum's saying all them jobbers facing Ryback are taking clotheslines epically. Orton fan says he reads that Dwayne Gill is coming back as Gilberg. Mecha Maniac says HBK said that Ziggler is the best seller in the wrestling now. And Jacob says Cena is cool and he must be yeah, whatever. And
he makes a lot of money, so
yeah,
yeah.
very much, very lot of money. And also he does great things for kids because he met Callum, didn't he?
Yes, he also does great things for women as well.
Yeah, especially when they're not married to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was doing lots of things.
Oh.
Orton
says,
hello, John, if you're listening.
Sorry, mate?
Hello, John, if you're listening.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if you look on YouTube somewhere, there's a very interesting video my friend took a few years ago of someone from the Spirit Squad getting initiated in a hotel lobby in Nottingham.
Yeah.
There's John Cena, there's Carlito, there's Umaga, and there's somebody from the Spirit Squad. I think it could have been Johnny Jetta.
Yeah.
And Johnny Jetta is new or green to a certain degree, and he's getting his initiation into the group, so to speak. And John Cena sat there in a chair on his own, orchestrating the orchestra, or directing traffic, so to speak. And Umaga is just laying into Johnny Jetta with chops.
Yeah.
And everyone's just drunk as a skunk. And everyone's going, Umaga!
Yeah.
And it had quite a few hits. It got into the thousands of hits.
Yeah.
Of, John Cena's giving it the big F and Jeff, and Johnny Jetta's getting the crap chopped out of him.
Mm.
It's an interesting little watch to see the lads.
Yeah, the lads do silly things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was the thing that TNA did a few weeks ago when they said they want to encourage now fans to take videos of their stars walking down streets or doing things that don't involve them wrestling.
Mm.
And I'm like, and this is coming from the guy that's just had his career that's just been shown on the channel in America, having a sex tape with his best mates, with one of his best friend's wife.
Mm.
So, but that's another story.
Yeah, let's stalk these guys wherever they go, you know. Imagine if I was in WWE, people would be like peeking through my curtains going, oh, he's on the phone. Who's he on the phone to?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the phone to, I don't know, a girl, a drug dealer, his boyfriend, anything, you know.
Yeah. But that's what they did with ECW, wasn't it? When they had that, when they had the big talent raids, and they said, who was he on the phone to? And half of them went to WCW, and they didn't know who was really going to WCW and who wasn't, and everybody was paranoid, and all of a sudden Paul Heyman started sacking the main guys, and all of a sudden he was like, right, you're going to be in a match, and all of a sudden he was in a match to save their careers and stuff, and with the famous WCW bit.
Yeah.
Oh, Dino in Mae Young Shocker. Shut up. Let's see if he's paying attention. I'm still paying attention. Don't worry. It's 3 hours in. We're 3 hours, 21 to go. We're going.
There you go. You're doing what? Right, we're 3 hours in.
Yeah.
Right. It's coming up to the top of the hour. We're going to do the child in need total.
Right.
Just like children in need and comic relief do. Do we have a total at all?
Well, hold on a sec. Oh God.
Can we have a drum roll, please, from somebody else? Somebody else in the background.
I've just got messages all over the place here at the moment.
Is anybody waiting to come on? Please chime in.
It's I've just got a message from I think it's Callum's dad. They can't get hold of the show. Hold on a sec. I've just sent him a message. Then I'll be with you. Sorry, guys. Live radio.
Yep.
Cool.
Light radio.
Live radio.
Live radio. Live radio.
And don't use.
Yes.
No script.
Explorer.
Yes, it's coming up to.
Boom.
It's coming up to 2 o'clock here on the radio show.
Been going
are
3 hours.
3 hours in, 21 to go.
Right, here we go. Right, the total so far. Right,
Please,
see if I can
drum roll,
count
please.
up. We've got 15, 25, 35. 15, 25. Hold on, 20, 40, 50, 60, 75. See what else.
At 2 a.m. on Saturday morning, live
75.
from the Sky News Centre. Banking scandal. Summer storms.
Is £160.
£160.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about.
The Preston City Blu-ray collection is now £85.
Is that on eBay, is it?
Yep, that's on eBay. The Sean Davis signed mitts, £15. We've got a bid on the GPW box set. We've got bids on the wrestling cards from the 90s. We've got bids on the Future Pro Wrestling T-shirt and DVD. Presenter for British Racing Radio for one night. We've got one. Tickets for the NCWA EBW. To a training top and a family ticket. And we got one bid on the Inter promotion for 7 promotions, valid for 2012. That's £15. And that's we've got that at the moment. And that's the state of play we've got.
There we go.
So we've got £160 in 3 hours.
Fantastic.
And yeah, Nixie, if you're wearing out my suite, you go to bed. Go on, I'll be fine.
It's up to you.
Listen,
you want to stay up and talk to me, don't you, darling?
No.
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 No, go to bed then. Go to
I've been
bed.
up a lot of hours, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, so
You go. Go on, Lotto, you'll be
I'm
fine.
a lightweight. I'm still going to sit in the chat room. I'm just sort of like, I'm falling asleep now a little bit.
Go on. Go on, you guys. I'll see you later.
I'll be up in the morning, don't worry.
All right.
As soon as I'm up, I'll be on.
Okay, man.
Or I'll be in anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
have a quick snooze.
Yeah.
Quick. Beauty sleep.
Yeah. All right. Also saying, can I give a quick plug for an interview? Yeah. Go on. That's yeah. Nixie thinks Nixie's flagging. She's going. She's done 3 hours. I think she's doing great. But yeah, I mean, £160 in 3 hours. I think that's great.
Yeah.
It's to be honest, truth, honest God, I didn't think I would make 50 quid at one bit. I really didn't. I thought in these days and times, I thought people would just like, but it surprises me. It really does. And, I'm really, really shocked that we've got all this money at the moment, and we're getting there.
Yeah, but it's not enough.
No, I know
it's not enough. We need your help. We need your support. So keep bidding on those items.
Yeah, we've got the so yeah, just one of the guys. He's just set up his first wrestling interview with a promoter. So he's just giving a quick plug for that. Oh, dear me. Yeah, he's interviewing FPW owner Steve H.D. Evans. There you go, Orton. You've done it right. Right, Ross? He's coming on tomorrow, I think. Today at some point.
Who's that, sorry?
Ross. He's just started doing his own little radio thing, and he's just announced that he's just got his first interview coming up. So if he wants to put all his emails and anything, or his links or anything, do it. Tell us when it's on, and we'll all watch or listen to you, and then we can criticise him instead of criticising me for a change.
Dean, if you make 160 quid every 3 hours until 11 o'clock, you'll have just under 1,300 quid at the end.
If we make 1,000, I'll do a deal. If we make 1,000, mate, I will sing Beauty School Dropout at the end.
You all heard that. Everybody heard that.
Yeah, I will do it.
We all bore witness to that.
If we get £1,000 for the whole night, I swear. Thanks, Mecca. Thank you very much for coming in. I will sing Beauty School Dropout from start to finish at the end of the show. I will do that. Okay, there you go. I've said it now.
No, when you hit 1,000,
yeah,
you'll sing Beauty School Dropout.
Yeah, and if we hit 2,000, I'll do Hopelessly Devoted to You. There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. So far. So I mean, thanks for ringing, man. It's great.
Again. Yeah.
I know, but it's great because I know for the fact tomorrow's going to be busy because we've got people coming on and they've already said they are.
Yeah.
So I'm over the moon at this. It's nice that we've got people just wanting to chat and go forward. And this is I think I've always said that this would be the time it happens. I mean, my wife just sent me a message saying, "Are you flagging?" And I'm like, "No, shut up." And so she's doing a night shift. So, how much for you to shave your hair off, Dean? If we get the whole of the money, if we get 4,000, then I'll shave my head off. But there's no way in this world we'll get $4,000. If we do, I'll cut all my hair off. But I'm 43 and I like my hair. So, and I like keeping my hair. And there is some bad photos of me with hair, but I don't care because I'm keeping it. When I bleach it, I'll look like Jimmy Savile, but I don't care. Now I got to go, now then, jewelry, all that crap, yes.
Now then, young man.
Yeah,
did you know?
People that don't know.
Did you know Jimmy Savile was buried at a 45-degree angle so he could have a sea view?
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
What a man. What a man. What a ledge.
Yeah, and he was a wrestler.
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
See, everything's on topic.
We're covering everything. It's true, yeah, Jimmy Savile was a wrestler.
Yes, and if anyone listening has any of Jimmy Savile's matches, please send a link to the chat room.
Yeah, because if you got some Jimmy Savile wrestling, I mean, that's rare to see, isn't it, really? Because, are there any British promotions that are based in the West Midlands? Yeah, there is.
Yes, there's quite a few actually.
There is.
What's this? Who's this
Phoenix.
Brits asking?
There's a guy called what's his name? Guess 4252.
Guess 4252. Hello, Guess 4252. If you're listening, I believe there's a promotion in
West Brom.
The Birmingham area, which I'm guessing you're from that kind of neck of the woods. Fight Club Pro, I believe, run the Birmingham. There's loads of little promotions in Birmingham dotted around. At one point in the history of Birmingham, there was about 12 promotions.
Wrestle Midlands, Real Sax has just said it, are one of the 7 promotions involved in the charity in promotional VIP auction. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. There's loads. If you're on the chat now, if you know any promotions in Birmingham, chime in.
One in Shropshire. There's a Shropshire one. There's Phoenix Pro Wrestling from West Bromwich. There's there's others ones there. No, I've got Scotland one there. I've got so many bloody things. It's crazy. But West Midlands is a big area for wrestling at the moment.
I'm not sure if I know that Fight Club Pro are making quite a bit of noise. This is me not being familiar with Birmingham wrestling, because I'm from Nottingham. I don't really know anything in the Nottinghamshire area and the northwest and London. And I poke my head round the door at NGW now and again to see what they're up to, and that's about it. So the only promotion I know that's making enough noise at the minute is Fight Club Pro.
Yeah. And one of the famous British wrestlers is from Birmingham way, Rockstar Spud.
Rockstar. You're also forgetting Big Meat as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
The man that will sellotape a church mouse to a mountain bike.
Oh dear.
Big Meat himself, the man that tied a dog to a radiator and then ate it.
Oh, oh dear. Oh, there's some great wrestlers out there. I mean, when I started this, I think somebody said to me, said, "Why are you doing it about British wrestling?" I said, "Well, why not?" I said, the amount of wrestling shows that were out there that were talking about the Americans, it was overrun. And I just went, if I can get one person just listening and saying, yeah, I've gone to a wrestling show because of you. And this kid just messaged me one day and he says, I went to a wrestling show in Norwich because of you. Thank you so much for discovering British wrestling again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just said, that's it. This is my day.
Yeah, it's sorry to shit on the fans to a degree, but you're not looking.
Yeah.
You're not looking. Just look for, not saying look in every shop window and look for wrestling.
No.
You know, just look for, I don't know, get on the Google and look for something in your city or in your region for where they're running shows.
Somebody, I mean, they asked me how did I start this. I went on Facebook, and this was September last year, and I'd been bugging me for weeks that I wanted to do something.
Yeah.
And I just went on Facebook and typed in wrestling at the top. I didn't do anything else. I just put wrestling. And I saw what would come up, and I found Preston City Wrestling, I found Southside Wrestling, and I found NCWA in Sheffield. They became Elite British Wrestling. And I found all these things, and I thought, if I get in contact with these and just say, do you want me to promote your shows or your academies or anything like that? And see, I started, and it took me 5 minutes. Used to take me 5 minutes promoting the shows. Now it's taking me 35, 40 minutes to promote all the shows. I still haven't done all the shows yet. Because there's so many of them now that people are saying, oh, British wrestling is dead. Just because they saw this one PW fiasco from a couple of years back, they did the Shawn Michaels thing. They think, oh, British wrestling is dead. And no way in this world is it dead. There's so many people out there. It's just so many people that are entertaining everybody else. It's just amazing. That you'll find a show to cater to your needs, whether it's ICW up in Scotland with their style, whether it's Southside Wrestling, whether it's Preston, whether it's Britannia Wrestling Promotions, whoever it is, they're doing it their way, and they're doing their bit for British wrestling, and that's why we did this thing. Yeah. And it's sorry for going off my rocker, but it's something I really am passionate about, because we've had a big argument in here for the last few weeks saying I was talking about British wrestling, and there was a few people saying, well, why aren't you talking about American wrestling? I said, because we're called British Wrestling Radio. I wanted to talk American, I'd call it American British Wrestling Radio. Or American Wrestling Radio, sorry. But I just did not. But no way. And it doesn't cost you. I mean, there's some shows happening in Featherstone. Featherstone near Leeds. And forgot the name. GPW.
GPW's Hindley in Wigan.
Oh yeah, that's great pro. Yeah, I think there's another one. It's GBW. That's it. It's GBW over near Great British Wrestling. That's what they call it. Yeah. They're doing a show in Featherstone, and that's free. There you go. Take care, Jacob. Take care, my man. Thank you very much for listening.
Did you go to bed?
I think so.
No, all right.
Come back, mate. Thank you very much. It's just, I mean, you see all these things that's happening with this British scene, and it makes you feel like, wow, every week there's a show happening. And it doesn't matter if it's in your area. I mean, there's a guy on the internet called Mark Pearson. All I ever see, he goes everywhere. I mean, this guy will get in a car and he'll drive 150 miles and just say, look, I just want to see a wrestling show. And he'll go.
Almost, yeah. Almost. I've had long chats with Mark. I do appreciate what he does, because he's got quite a few... the people that don't know who this guy is, Mark Pearson, he's just a fan of WWE, and he will watch WWE Raw, or he'll watch WWE SmackDown, he'll watch pay-per-view, but doing so, he'll watch it and then post his thoughts on YouTube.
Yeah, because I've seen his videos about that.
Yeah.
He does
And
the
his
old
thoughts-
ones as well.
Yeah, and his thoughts on YouTube will generate interest and discussion, and people will either agree or disagree with his views. And he has developed a certain following over time. So Mark Pearson eventually went to a wrestling show, and then he added his wrestling show reviews and wrestling show previews, and he goes to most of the shows in the Northwest now.
Yeah.
You know, and this is how everybody knows the name Mark Pearson, because he's come along and he's give the shows good reviews, or he's gave negative thoughts on this match, or in a way he's given constructive criticism for what he's done. And he's been highly praised for introducing just like the casual fans who will just watch WWE, or the so-called smart fans that will watch WWE and think they could do a better job.
Yeah.
You know, they've seen British wrestling and gone, wow, look. You know, I never knew that this was in this town or in this town or in this town. And it's really weird watching this promotion, because this guy works face in this promotion, and in this promotion he works villain. And these guys are a team on this show. On this show, they're working against each other. And it's really strange. And, you know, it's just little things like that they'll be a little eye-opener for them. And they'll go, oh, yeah, that's how interesting. Because with WWE, you know, it's not like on Raw you'll see, I don't know, the Usos, for example. The Usos will be a tag team.
Yeah.
And then on SmackDown, which you imagine SmackDown is a completely different promotion, on SmackDown, one of them will be an Uso, and one of them will be, I don't know, something else.
Yeah.
As a villain. And, you know, they'll be working against each other. That's the flexibility of the workers in British wrestling.
Yeah. I've been a victim of, well, I've said it before, I've been a victim of some people that were saying real bad stuff for me the last few weeks, and it really got to me. And I thought, is it worth me sitting here and just talking about my passion? Hold on. Nixie! You going, Nixie? Are you going off to bed now? I think she is.
I think she is.
Yeah.
I can't hear her.
I think she's going.
Kind of. I'm just getting ready to. Put it
Yeah.
on.
Do you want to be disconnected, love, or are you going to stay for a bit?
No, disconnect me now or what?
Okay. I'll see you later on today. Take care.
I'll see everyone later. Night.
Night, love.
Night, Nixie. Bye.
Alright, she's gone.
She's gone.
So,
Then there were two.
then there was two, yeah. I think the messages I received was, and I was so set to saying, like, that's it, I'm not doing this no more. It's not fun. I mean, I've never said that. I've never said I was a performer. I've never said I was a worker. All I am is a fan, and I've always tried to bring that across. But there's some people that said, you talk shit, you talk this, you talk that, and I said, and I had someone send a message about this, and they said, well, what are you doing this for? You're just doing this for your own ego. And I said, and that's why I put a message on Facebook. I said, this isn't about me. This isn't about British Wrestling Radio. It's not about egos. It's about a 10-year-old kid that needs to go to America. And if you want to say that about me, it's fine. Say what you want. I'm a big boy. I can take that on the chin. But don't slag off what we're trying to do for this kid, because at least I'm doing something. What are you doing? Typing words on a keyboard behind a computer. Real hard stuff, man. And that just did my nutting.
So what we need, let's be optimistic about this.
Yeah.
What we need to happen is for people to bid on these items.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, it's eBay, so we're getting there. I mean, the eBay brigade, as I call them now. But yeah, it's nice. I mean, I've got a bloody phone and it's huge, so I can see a big, massive screen. So I'm just looking now. See
I want people to wrestle. I want people to wrestle for these items.
Yeah, we've got just over 19 and 3/4 hours to go on these items, and it's still the same state of play with everything. Nothing's changed. So,
Nothing's changed.
Yeah,
we want our. This is prime time slots for our American, Canadian audience to be tuned in.
Yeah.
So, good evening in the States if you're listening.
Yeah, we've got somebody from Canada in the chat room.
Is he still here?
Yeah, he's still there. Winter's Larry's still here. Yeah.
Hello, if you're listening.
Yeah, he's listening.
What is the topic at the minute in the chat room? What is trending in the chat room?
Night, Nixie. That's it. And Winter's just said hello. He just said hello back to you. But yeah, that's. I think you've been right with the British wrestling and everything that's going on with it. Everybody says, "Oh, I can't find a show." Really, go on Facebook, go on Google, or anything, and just go British wrestling, and see if you can do it.
Tell the people who are on the Facebook, give them the link, get them listening.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you want to come and see, I mean, I always put the shows up in mine. I mean, there's Future Shock's page is up there. Britannia Wrestling Promotions, they're there, and we've got the Southside guys, we've got the PCW guys, we've got the GBW guys, GPW. There's all these different promotions that's happening. I mean, there's one guy's over in Blackpool. There's Infinite in promotions that started up in Liverpool. The Pipe Bomb guys are going mad about that because they're going. There's something happening everywhere. It's every week there's a show. There's a show going off, and that's the thing that I'm proud of. It's at some time you couldn't sell anything. I mean,
that's just the Northwest.
Yeah, I think the funniest story I've heard about a wrestling show was, I'm not going to name the location because it's not fair, but Mad Manson was there and El Ligero, and they said this was so badly promoted that if you took away the trainees from the audience, they had a paying audience of 6.
Leeds.
There you go. I didn't say that, but yeah, you're right.
Adam Bowler. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
more punters in the audience.
I just saw it on the Facebook that this show had 6 people people do it.
Adam Bowler, bless him. He did come to me with a dream, and I said, "Look, this was before he started making a mess and people mocking him on the internet many, many years ago. We're talking like early 2010. I want to run a show. I want to do this. I made a video of this, and that's all right. But you need to develop your skills more. You need to come to shows more often and get the grasp of this. You don't need to be thrown in at the deep end."
Yeah.
At the time, DPW was running in Leeds, and I said, "Look, speak to Toga and see if you can just get a little runaround job on his shows. Just be, I don't know, take the ring jackets backstage, or be a runner, or help set the ring up or anything like that." And he just went, "Oh, I could have some. I've got all these ideas and this and this and this." And I said, "Look, you need to come in at the ground floor. You're going in way too high above your station." And he didn't listen, and the rest is history. Because after I said, "Look, I'm not interested in what you've got to say anymore, because I think you're firing way above your station," and that was it. And then he went on to the next person, and then he found the UK Fan Forum. And then his intentions were made public, and it unfortunately became quite a mockery amongst other forum goers to a degree. But bless him, he tries. But he's unfortunately, I think he's trying for the wrong reasons.
Have you heard about this thing that happened on Facebook and Twitter this week called the Strobe Watch?
Yes, yes.
What did you think to that?
Isaac's running it, isn't it, Iceman? I like Isaac. I've tagged with him, I've worked with him quite a few times. I think he's a great bloke. I'm not sure of branding people with the tag Straub would benefit anybody. It's all right saying you're not very good, but it doesn't help the cause. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't help the cause when you say you're shit, or you're not very good, or you've been put in this position because of this. But to help the cause, you need to tell these people, look, I don't think this is working. This part of your act is working, or you don't look good, or your physique isn't up to scratch. You need to put weight on, or I don't think your wrestling attire is very flattering for what you do, or your gimmick isn't working, or the circumstances that surround you as a person is reflecting you professionally. So you need to do this, or you need to develop this, or you need to go eat this, or you need to take this, or you need to try this exercise, or you need to, buy this to make your gear more flattering. That kind of.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, or you need to work on this promo, or you need to have this line of delivery in your promo. I kind of critique promos quite heavily now amongst the British guys. I work quite closely with the House of Pain guys, and I say when you do a promo, you're there to put arses in seats. Yeah. You're not there to, oh yeah, I read something cool, or I watched something that was cool. You're there to put arses in seats. You're there. Dusty Rhodes does fantastic promos. So watch Dusty Rhodes when he does a promo. He puts arses in seats by what he says and the delivery of his voice.
There's a guy in the House of Pain that I'm very impressed with his promos, because he had me. I thought, this guy has got it. Styx. I watched Styx do one at St. Nate's in May, and he just ripped this guy apart, and it was so funny. Cool.
No, I'm talking. That's well, that will probably be an in-ring promo, but I'm talking about something to promote shows.
Oh, sorry. Do apologise.
Yeah. So so we're talking. I'm not going to do a full delivery voice, unfortunately, because it's a bit late and there's other people asleep in my house. So you have to give them the date, the location, and who you're wrestling, and for what promotion you're wrestling for. And if you're a babyface, you put your opponent over. You say, you've worked for this, you wrestled this guy. Your last match you did this, and it was fantastic. And you've worked for this promotion, you've worked for this promotion, you've worked in this country, you've worked in that country, you've done this, you've done that. But tonight, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Or
so
on this date,
in
this venue, for this promotion, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Say your catchphrase. Job done. Yeah. And it needs, like I say, it doesn't need to be like 10 minutes long for a promo. It doesn't need to be 7 minutes long, 5 minutes long. It needs to be 2 minutes maximum. That's with good editing skills as well, on top of that, with a graphic that will probably say name of promotion, date, venue, with little probably bits of match, for a finish cut in between and stuff like that, with a match graphic at the end, just to hold the audience's attention. Because if somebody rambles on for minutes and minutes on end, you're like, he's telling yeah, I'm bored now, bye. Yeah. Yeah, if you watch it on YouTube, something on YouTube, I've seen some stuff on YouTube of audience retention.
Yeah.
Where the audience, how many people watched or tuned in to the video for the amount of time the promo's on for. You know what I mean? So the audience interest will dip and go up and vary compared with what's actually going on the screen, as well as audio as well.
So in your eyes, who cuts the best promos at the moment?
Who cuts the best promos in British wrestling?
Yeah.
Rockstar Spud would be a good one. His Southside promo was a good one, where I'm sure if you're on the chat now, have a look for Rockstar Spud Southside promo, where he does the I think he's in a gym, and he cuts it against Manson.
Yeah.
And he says, "I'm not on Dave Mastiff. I'm not gonna say the rest because that's the punchline for the." It involves a drink. I'm not on Dave Mastiff. I'm on hell of a lot of. Do you know which one I'm on about now?
Yes, I think I do. Yeah.
Right, find it. Put it in the chat box.
Yeah.
Rockstar Sport promo.
Yeah.
Dig it out. Stick it on now for the people in the chat box to look at.
Yeah.
They want to see a British wrestler cut a promo. Put Rockstar Spud on for it.
I think the promos I've seen Rockstar Spud do at Marty Skirtle, because he went on Take Me Out and did this little thing, and he was going on YouTube and trying to get him.
Yeah.
It worked, because as soon as they announced the match that they was going to have together, everybody just went, I want to be there and see this.
Yeah, and then they put Marty over.
Yeah.
No, they shouldn't have put Marty over, really, in my opinion, because Spud's put all this work into getting a match with Marty. He must have done a fair amount of videos.
Oh, definitely.
Marty did a 20-second video.
Yeah, I think it was. I think Rockstar Spud did it cracking, because I said, "Oh yeah, I've been on Snog Merry Avoid, you've been on Take Me Out, and look who's the biggest star." And he just went dancing on a weekly basis. It was like once a week. He was saying, "I'm waiting to hear from you. I'm waiting to hear from you," and he never did. And all of a sudden he said, "Yes, I finally heard from him, and we are going to do it at this venue." And he named the venue, and everybody just went, "Right, yes, we've got it. We've got the venue now. Bang, go."
And it didn't happen.
No. But I think I've seen Rockstar Spud twice. It's the same vessel Keith Myatt last year with Southside, and he cut a great promo on the promoter of Southside and his son, because he's got his son. Ben's got his son to dress up as Rockstar Harry, and I see that.
Yeah.
And then I saw him last time I saw Rockstar Spud. He took on T-Bone this year for the title.
Did you see his match with Manson at Christmas?
I did, yes. Yeah, I saw the bits of it on YouTube. What I saw. Yeah.
I was there live. My God, what a fine bit of acting they did. If you want to see Rockstar Spud and Madman Manson do a good bit of acting in the ring,
do it.
Buy the Southside Christmas DVD.
Yeah, the channel's called Southside Wrestling on YouTube, and I think it's one of them. Seasons Beatings, it's called.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, Seasons Beatings. But it's an absolute gym. Yeah, I think all people are starting to wane now. But it's everybody listening to chat with me this time. Thank you very much. It's been amazing. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, I'm
still going.
Yes, who's going to come? What time did Stephen Fludder say was coming on?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Is anybody else trying to get on? Has anybody messaged you? Is anybody looking forward to it?
I think I've had a few messages. I've had a few messages. I've had a message from a couple of people saying they're going to come on in a bit.
Yeah.
So I think that's it.
Who like? Give some names. Throw some names out there. Keep the listeners interested. Throw some names out there.
Oh, let me have a look. Right, Jesus God, on the spot here.
Mark Dallas. I heard Mark Dallas is going to come on. But when is he going to come on?
Steve Hambleton. He's wanting to come on.
He rings. What's Steve Hambleton? He rings a bell. What's his?
Britannia, I think it's Britannia Wrestling Promotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time's he coming on?
I don't know. I think he just says he might be coming on at some point today. I think it's tonight or tomorrow. There's another one. Where is it? Infinite Promotion Promoters.
Yeah.
He's just contacted me. Would be great.
He's kicking out time at the club, you see,
yeah,
and they'll want to ring in pissed.
Kieran McConnell, that's his name.
He's the announcer, I think, for Infinite Promotions.
Yeah, he just said I'm one of the Infinite Promotions promoters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like the lead singer from Simply Red.
Oh. I think it's a case of other people just doing it, but no, it's great that he's chatting to me because it's keeping me going, and I know I'm going to keep going no matter what. I'm fine. I've got 4 cans of Relentless inside of me. I've got a chicken kebab that I'm going to start eating in a minute.
Oh, don't! I'm going to eat the dog. I'm going to eat the dog in a minute. I'm not hungry.
Take care, Smarts. Thanks for staying up, mate. We'll keep going. I'm going to keep going on.
Yeah.
I knew it got to 2:30. When it got to 2:30 in the morning, then I knew that it would start. It would do the things and everything like that. I just don't want to be in a position where it's just me. That's the thing.
Make sure he comes back.
Yeah. He's coming back.
Make sure he comes back. Smarts, if you're listening, get your sleep. Keep your PC on.
Yeah, and
so as soon as you wake up, bang your headset back on.
Yeah,
keep him going.
Don't watch Shaun the Sheep either. All right, fair enough. Okay, won't watch Shaun the Sheep.
Bless him.
But yeah, I'm sorted. I'm very much sorted as I can be. Yeah, you'll never be just you. SWE Online will be here. SWE will be here. The Scottish Wrestling Entertainment. Yay.
Scottish Wrestling Entertainment. Not Southside Wrestling.
No, Scottish.
Oh, right.
They're doing the Hell for Lycra show in August with Ted DiBiase, Roddy Piper, and Tatanka and Chavo Guerrero.
Oh, very good. More on that later, listeners.
Yeah, they've sold out. I think there's only a few seats left for that now.
Wow.
It's a big show that they're having.
I'm sure
for Lycra 9 it's called.
I'm sure they'll be coming on and spilling the goss for that show.
Ross, don't worry, my man. You're here, you're supporting it. This is all I wanted. Thank you very much, mate. You keep going. It's be fine.
What's Ross doing now?
Oh, Ross he's gutted because he's dipping. He wants to go to bed, but he's trying to stay awake, but he can't. He's really tired.
Yeah. Well, let's see right now. If you're listening, right now, chime in on the chat room and say you're listening.
Yeah.
Let's get some interaction going. Don't forget you can bid on those eBay items.
Yeah, they're listening.
How many listeners have we got?
We've got 14 people in the Justin.tv chat room, and we've got about the same number in his usual chat room as well, the usual crowd. And and it's 6:37 where Winters is in, so he's in Canada. I think it's Canada. He says he's in, so he's all right.
6:37 Mountain Time.
Yeah, and we've got Quebec ISV. He's a Canadian as well, and then that's Daniel, good friend, and he comes on sometimes, and I think he's going to come on at some point. But yeah, there's 3 Canadians in here, and Ace is a Canadian. I do apologise, Ace. I should know you better than that. There's 3 Canadians in the chat room.
3 Canadians in the chat room.
Yeah, and yeah.
Let's let's breeze over Canadian wrestling then.
Well, that was the thing I was just going to say, because the topic that came up, who was the best Canadian wrestler that you've heard of? And to me, it's like, it's really hard because there were so many, but to pick one's hard.
Well, currently, let's go with current Canadian wrestlers, active Canadian wrestlers. Let's not go for all time, because probably Bret Hart will probably be high on most people's list. Let's go with current.
There's Bobby Roode.
Roode.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho would be a prime candidate.
Yeah.
Who is there in Canada that wrestles for ROH? Is it Kevin Steen?
Yeah, Kevin Steen. He just did a wicked promo in the weekend. He really did a cracking promo ROH at the weekend.
He won the ROH belt, did he not, recently?
Yes. Yeah, beat Davey Richards.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Who else is Canadian? If you're Canadian and you know Canadian wrestlers, chime in.
There's Christian.
Tell you what,
yeah.
I think now it's time for the people in the Canadians in the chat room to help the British people or the other people in the chat room that aren't Canadian and not familiar with the Canadian scene to help educate us on the Canadian scene a little bit.
Well, we've just had names coming up. We've got Petey Williams.
Petey Williams.
Yeah.
Great. I've got a road story about Petey Williams.
Go on.
Right. TWC, International Super Show, Coventry Stardome.
Yeah.
Right. He went from the Coventry Stardome to ECUK, Extreme Central UK, which was a wrestling merchandise shop run by Roughneck in Manchester City Centre, to do like an autograph signing the day after. And by no means whatsoever did Petey Williams have any transport to get him from Manchester to Gatwick Airport. I had delivered wrestlers left, right and centre throughout that weekend. And Alex rang me like, G-Man, we've got an emergency. I went, what? Petey Williams needs a lift to the airport.
Yeah.
I went, okay. Oh, is he in Coventry? I went, yeah. No. I went, right. Okay. Nottingham, Coventry is not that far, but okay. Where is he? Manchester. Right, okay. Where's he flying out of? Manchester Airport? No. Gatwick. You fucking what? Oh, Jesus Christ. So I have to drive from Nottingham to Manchester to meet Roughneck, to pick up Petey Williams, take him along Snake Pass down to Gatwick, pick him up about 1 in the morning, drive all the way through the night, and we're going over Snake Pass. And for those of you that don't know Snake Pass, it's a road that's shaped like a snake slithering across the ground. And apparently a well-known band member, I think someone from The Who, lost an arm in a car accident on Snake Pass. And I said to Petey Williams, this is one of the most dangerous roads in Britain, you know. And he went, oh, really? And doing so, he grabbed the coat hanger handle, you know, that's on the passenger side, that's above the window. Then those handles, the above handles that you hang on to.
Yeah.
He grasped them with both hands as I'm going round the corner really fast to try and make his flight in time. And I'm going down the motorway. I thought, yeah, let's pull over. Let's have a quick coffee and a drink and whatnot. And I spoke to him. I said, that Canadian pile driver. It's absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah.
How did you come up with that move? And he said, we were messing about in the ring once, and you know how Amazing Red did the code red?
Yeah.
Which is the Amazing Red will straddle the person who's bent down on all fours, and then flip over into a sunset flip.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, we got it messed up once, and we just flipped it over, and it landed on his head. And we thought, right, I'm having this. And that's how the Canadian pile driver was invented. It was a artistic interpretation, to coin a nice phrase, of the code red that Amazing Red used to do.
I think the first time I saw it, I mean, it was like the early days of the TNA thing. I think it was 2004. And I was watching it at home with my mates, and we're all wrestling fans, we're all watching it. And the first time we saw it, I was eating a meal, and as soon as I saw it, everything in my mouth just spat out across the room, and I just went, what was that? And they said, no, rewind it. I went, how did he do that? And they went, how did he do what? I said, watch this. And we had to watch it 3 or 4 times, and we went, and we still couldn't work out how he did it. It was like, how the heck does he do that? And it was crazy, the fact that he did this move that I've never seen it before, and it was like, that made us a fan straight away, and like, I think everybody's on about with TNA and getting people back for this X Division thing for Destination X. Get Petey Williams back by a mile. He's been gone too long.
Unfortunately, he only kind of had one move to his name to a degree.
Yeah.
But with the X Division, in a way, especially around that time, it was taking wrestling to its physical extreme limits. I believe Jim Cornette said once, I quote Jim Cornette, physically you can only do so many flips off the top.
Yeah.
You know, so many rotations, and physically you can only do so many of this and so many of that.
Nice.
So eventually there's going to be no more moves, drops, strikes to do. You're going to have to you're just going to have to rediscover the old ones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like the wheel will go round and it'll become full circle again, which it has done to a degree.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you've got all the indie pure wrestling, and then all of a sudden it goes back around to gimmicks, and then it'll go round again, it'll come to indie pure wrestling.
Yeah, somebody's mentioned another name, Jack Evans.
Jack Evans, yeah.
720.
Just the 720. Pac will, then, you know, people that have heard of Pac, who works for Dragon Gate and whatnot, he could probably do a an 8-10 or something like that. You know what I mean? You know, there's only so many rotations a person can do from one point to another at a certain speed to achieve it doing safely. Do you know what I mean?
So I mean,
that's why people are going back now to doing 10 years later from when TNA started doing all these fancy moves. They've reinvented themselves to do this, you know, just bring back basic wrestling, make this hold mean something, make this move mean something, make this psychology in the match. I'm not sure if people are familiar with psychology that are listening, but, you know, a certain move will cut somebody off and they'll have to work a leg, the head, the neck, the back, the chest, the arm, for whatever reason, throughout the match, instead of doing spot.
Where Winters in the chat room just said, I guess Stampede Wrestling was the best.
Stampede Wrestling.
When you look at the Stampede Wrestling roster, what they had and what they gave to the wrestling world, that was one heck of a roster.
Yeah, you had you had Old Hearts, and
Yeah.
then some.
Yeah, Dynamite.
Dynamite, Davey Boy,
Dave.
Bad News Allen.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Well,
People in the chat
And
room.
Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake the Snake Roberts was in there.
Yeah, he popped in there for a
Yeah.
bit.
He did the first ladder match, I think, ever. And that was the first ladder match.
I do recall that they did.
Benoit. Oh, yeah, of course we can.
Did he do
Winter,
Stampede Wrestling?
yeah, just saying it here. Winter saying Muken Singh, Benoit,
Yeah.
Teddy Hart, Jack Baston Booger.
Did they do Stampede Wrestling? Really?
Yeah. Oh no, Norman the Lunatic, not Bastion Booger. I call him Norman the Lunatic.
Yeah.
But over the Baston Booger. He died. He's just died, hasn't he? He's not been.
Just now, this very moment, dead.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I think it was like, I know it's the same guy. And, yeah, it's just a shame, I mean. All the Canadian guys and everything that happened. Oh my God, I killed another one. Oh, good one. Cheers, Winters, yeah, see you go. You just killed him. Killed him again. But it's really good, the Canadian stuff and everything. I think what they just said in the chat room. So, okay, who's the greatest Canadian one ever?
Ever. In popular times, of course, in the wrestling boom from the 80s, it must, of all time. I don't know, fans nowadays may relate more to people like Jericho or Edge.
Yeah, Edge
maybe,
and Christian.
Maybe if you talk 5 to 10 years ago, you would have easily said Bret Hart.
Yeah, Owen. Bret and Owen and stuff like that, and Bret easily. SWA said Owen was better than Bret. Yeah, I'll go with that. Just a little bit, yeah. And Benoit till he did his thing and destroyed his little legacy.
I think Owen had great charisma.
Yeah.
I loved Owen Hart. I think he had fantastic charisma as a villain. Somewhere on YouTube, again, look on YouTube, find the video of Owen Hart winning the WWF Championship.
Did he win it?
Yes and no.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like the Rockers won the tag team titles, but they didn't because it was a full TV match, but the top rope broke.
I think there was a bullshit finish on an episode of Raw in '94 or something like that, and Owen Hart wins, and all the villains come in the ring and raise Owen up on the shoulders, just like Bret Hart was raised up at WrestleMania 10.
Yeah.
And I think it was a bullshit finish where the referee reverses the decision and everybody goes apeshit about it. But have a look. It's
I found
it's good for the soul. It's good for the soul for people that think Owen Hart should have been WWF champion. But I believe it's on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah.
Owen Hart wins WWF championship. It should be in there somewhere.
I think when we did the Bulldog show in May, and I was looking around and stuff, I found a video of Davey Boy being the WWF champion for all of a couple of minutes. So he was a longer champion than Big Show was.
There you go.
Yeah. So, but I mean, these bullshit calls and everything. The thing that does me is I hate it when you see these finishes, when you see two wrestlers in and their shoulders are pinned. All of the shoulders are pinned, and you're like, oh yeah, and you have two referees counting two different guys. And they go 1, 2, 3, bang. Oh yeah, he's just put up in the chat room. SWE's put up, Owen wins the title, youtube.com. You just found it.
There you go.
Just put it up. See, SWE online is superb.
See, I'm not just a pretty face.
No. YouTube specialist. There we go. This himself. But it's nice. Thanks for talking to me, mate. It's great. Thank you very much.
That's all right.
Yeah, I think when you look back and everything, all the heartbreaks and stuff I'm so heartbreak, hearts and stuff. I mean, Owen, that was the biggest, I think, tragic accident of all. I've never seen it. I never want to see it, and that's me done. I don't. I mean, I was in Wales at the time when it happened, so I wasn't living in a campsite, so we had no TV or anything.
Yeah.
And I just said, look, and they said, oh yeah, there's videos on YouTube of it, there's videos here, there's videos there, and I said, I don't want to see it. I just don't want to watch it. I don't. It's one of them things for me that's just like, yeah, it happened, but I just don't want to see it. Please respect my decision.
Yeah. There's no actual, for people watching, there's no actual footage of him falling. There's no actual footage of him dying in the ring.
Yeah, I'm glad there was no video phones. I'm really, really glad there was no video phones in them days.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'm happy.
Yeah. I was 14 at the time, so you can guess how old I am by how old I was in 1999.
I had literally just turned 30.
Crikey.
Yeah. I just turned 30. That's that long ago. It was May 1999.
Yeah.
I just turned 30.
I looked at the I VHS'd it on Sky Sports 1. I still have the VHS tape somewhere, but I have converted it to DVD to preserve the footage, of course. And then I've watched it. I normally breezed through it before I went to school. And then it was like Owen Hart had an accident. I was like, oh, is this real, or is it?
Yeah,
you're like, oh, this is real.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, jeez. And then you see people like Jeff Jarrett cutting a promo saying, Owen Hart, we're praying for you, brother. And then Road Dogg going, Owen Hart, I'm praying for you, brother. I'm like, oh, jeez, this is serious. And then, I keep spinning on, keep spinning through it, and then then I checked JR and King, where they say what's coming up next, and then JR says Owen Hart has died, and it just jaw dropped.
Yeah, I think somebody's put the entire Owen Hart tribute show from Raw on YouTube. That's one of the best. That's one of the best Raws ever.
Yeah, it got voted the second best Raw ever.
Yeah, after
2000. Yeah, on the 10th anniversary show, wasn't it? I'm sure that I'm sure it probably would have got one for first, you know.
Definitely.
But I think the Austin angle with the beer truck got number one.
That was the only thing that Brett's ashamed of him, because he said when Owen did the thing with Austin with his neck, he never rang him out and said sorry. It was the one thing that Brett says that he says. It's the one thing I know that Owen never did, and he should have done. He should have rung. He should have rung Steve to say I'm sorry, and he never did. He acknowledged him backstage and just went, "Yeah, okay, everything's okay." But he says Owen should have rung him and said I was really sorry, but he never did. And I think I remember seeing that on the Brett video somewhere, and he said he should have done that, but nah. Yeah, it's a good one, though. See, well, we're doing Owen Hart now. Yeah.
Hey, guess what?
Go on.
We're coming up to 3 o'clock.
I know. There's a website. Have you heard about this website that shows all the DVDs called WWEO.net?
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't give the game away. Don't let you get onto them or anything like that.
Oh, well, they have. People listen to my show. I tell them about this website.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few titles on there, but let's make sure New York aren't listening, so we, so they don't find out what is actually in there. But there are some of the latest releases on that website. Let's not mention titles because
Neil's put it on Owen Hart Tribute Raw. That chat room was great because they're finding it for us and they're putting it in there.
See?
So, Neil, he's a good SWE fan up in Scotland. He's a cracking fan.
Cracking stuff, right? For people, this chat room will keep you going throughout, you know.
Yeah.
Because
it will keep me going.
Because someone will post a video and then it can be a great discussion point. So you can talk about this Owen Hart Tribute Raw, and there's a very emotional speech from Jeff Jarrett on there. There's a very Edge is on there, a very young Edge, looking very lost on there. I think Ron Simmons is on there.
Yeah.
Deborah's on there looking very upset. Triple H, China. Austin does a beer toast to him. And there's quite a few things on there to.
I didn't see. My thing with Owen was I was on a campsite in Wales, South Wales, and everybody knew at the time I just joined this new company. I'm working. I've been there about 3-4 weeks, and I was wearing my Macho Man T-shirt I had at the time. It was that old. It said, "You're the